Hello, everybody. Welcome to the latest edition of SAFC Fans React.
Imagine being a fatty running in the rain with a wind in your face. Honestly, man, it was not pretty. That pint pissed up as well, right? That pint honestly didn't touch the sides on the way down. It really didn't.
I think two of the goals, if you look at the goals back.
He just landed on his arm and then immediately got back up. He held his arm and he just started waving to the bench, didn't he?
Yeah, with his third arm, the Matthew. I don't know how he holds it with one and waves with the third one. But, Grant Ledbetter and 3-arm shocker.
I missed that. I'm so oh.
I'm in the position where I don't need to pull.
No.
I work every single morning punching with Joanne. So, listen, Phil Parkinson.
Hang on. You wake up every morning with Joanne punching. Is that what you said?
Sorry, Joanne. That came out all wrong. You shit.
We go to the stage where we go live, right? And people want to know the kind of stuff we do. 1,500 people have subscribed and get the notifications. And we get people here liking, commenting on it. Honestly, tremendous.
I just wanted to say, honestly, really, thank you so much to you guys. You know, your kind words, they've all been amazing.
It's fucking tremendous. It is absolutely fucking tremendous.
Oh, good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the latest edition of SAFC Fans React. I'd like to say thank you very much to Graham Wright for opening our show, our last show of this season. Obviously, we haven't spoken about obviously Graham since obviously he passed away back in November. However, tonight we did want to sort of dedicate the show to him, calling it the tremendous. Obviously, is the most used word, tremendous. Obviously, there was another word in front of there. I won't say, obviously, because it's only 7:30. We might get onto that later on. But anyway, this evening I'm really happy to be joined by some lovely lads we haven't seen in a while. I mean, I haven't even been on here in a while as well, so it's great to be back. Anyway, less of me talking. Dan Humphreys, nice to see you. You've just turned up halfway through the video. How you doing? Have you finished your
homework? Yes. I've just had my dinner, actually. Very nice intro. Well, Matthew, good job with the intro.
Cheers. Right, excellent. Johnny, hello, welcome back. How you doing? You all right?
Yeah, all the better for seeing your beautiful faces. Yeah, totally agree with Dan. Lovely tribute to start the show. And it's nice to be back. You know, it's been a while since we've done a proper YouTube show, and plenty's obviously happened, and we've got plenty to talk about. For once, we might have a few smiles on our faces, which makes a real change being on this show. So, yeah, look forward to it.
Absolutely, 100%. As you said before, Johnny, what a great time to be a Sunderland fan at the moment. So yes, let's not jinx that. Well, I might have already done it. Ben Carr. Gary doesn't know whether he's coming or going, to be honest with you today. Ben Carr, nice to see you. How are you doing?
Yes, you too, mate. Yeah, not too bad. I've had a very good Friday. I've sent my dissertation off, got Wembley tickets. You know, that's a pretty good. No Friday the 13th superstitions here, but
no.
So yeah, having a good Friday, and yeah, shout out for that video, mate. That was really good. That fucking tremendous at the end just topped it off.
No, it's very good. Ben, obviously, I did want to obviously just ask a few questions to everyone just about Graham, because obviously, as I say, it's been quite a while since we've actually spoken about him. But Ben, what's obviously for you? How have you felt? Obviously, the last few months, obviously since it's happened. Obviously, our channel, I think we went into a bit of a phase where I think after that happened, it was a little bit difficult for us to come on and try and still make content in the same way we did before. What have you found it?
Yeah, I mean, just for your point there, that's, you know, completely understandable. Obviously, you know, grieving a loss is always hard, but when you're, you know, really good friends, it makes it that even harder as well. So, you know, I appreciate that you all needed the time to do that, and that, you know, absolutely fine. But yeah, I mean, obviously it's been a strange few months without him on the channel. You know, he was such a big character, and, you know, he always had something up his sleeve to say, always something to make us laugh. So, no, I mean, he is sorely missed, and all the best to his family still during probably this very difficult time for him.
Yep, no, absolutely. Thank you for that, Ben. And Johnny as well. I mean, you only were on one stream with Graham. It was his last one. But obviously, I mean, again, how did you find obviously that stream with him and yeah, just his humor and everything like that?
Yeah, I mean, like Ben said, he was a big character, wasn't he? Even on just the one stream, you know, he was full of life and not short of a few laughs. So, you know, I can only imagine it must have been, you know, such a tough time for everyone who knew Graham. And I, in a morbid way, I'm quite pleased to have been able to be on a stream with him, and, you know, had a chance to have a virtual meeting with him, because obviously, like I say, you can tell how important he was to the channel. And yeah, again, everyone who knew him and, you know, worked with him and spent time with him, whatever it might be. So yeah, what a guy.
No, I know. Cheers. Gary, do you want to add onto that at all?
Yeah, just listening to what people have said, just I would endorse it fully. I know it's a cliche to say people are, you know, larger than life, but he was, you know, he came across not just in terms of his size, and I'm not being cruel there, but just in terms of his personality was, and being, you know, he was outgoing, great personality, hugely sociable, sort of bloke also who wouldn't let things pass. So he would comment on things and, I don't know, get them out in the open, raise a laugh. Just always that person to step forward. Just a great character, and, you know, I regret to this day that we never got round to meeting, having the pint we talked about, me and him. So yeah, he's still sorely missed, and I do find myself thinking, you know, with things like Wembley and one or two other things that have been going on, you know, how much Graham would have enjoyed it, not just the event itself, but the banter and the crack that goes with it. So yeah, obviously Dan and Joanne do think about them and the difficult year they must have had since.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think a nice thing as well, I mean, you know, under very unfortunate circumstances, but obviously the first time that we met in person, Gary, was of course at Graham's funeral. And I think the nicest thing is although you didn't get to meet him in person, it was nice that I always think about it's really nice that you actually were at his funeral. And we all, obviously, well, me, you, and Dan were there. So that was a nice, obviously, thing we got to do. Dan Humphrey, I know, obviously, you know, we were really good friends with Graham, of course. Would you like to add anything on top of what the lads have said already?
Well, yeah, there's not really much more to add, but yeah, just as Gary said, one of those people that anytime you're with him, you put a smile on your face. And he's one of those people that would get away with giving you dog abuse all day, but you still know that he loves you, and he's one of your best mates. And yeah, obviously it was very difficult for us, especially because, to be honest with you, luckily, I should say, I haven't lost that many people that close to me in my life. So it's quite obviously a shock and a sad, very sad because he was. But I'm so glad that we got to spend the days that we did with him, with Matthew on the train and that. So, but yeah, I do still think about it most days. If I'm honest, it's very difficult for me about Graham to speak about. But yeah, I'm glad that we were at his funeral together. And I said, Gary, yeah, that was a really nice touch that Gary was there as well. Which we shared a day full of laughs. But yeah, I still think about his partner, Joanne and Dan. It's good that we saw Dan. We've seen Dan at a few games as well. It's nice to see that he's sort of carrying on Graham's sort of passion for Sunderland as well, which is nice. But yeah, we'll be thinking of him. Hopefully next Saturday we'll do it for him. I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, I mean, it is obviously his partner Joanne and his son Dan. I mean, I actually I work with his son Dan, so I see him every day. So I think in a way it's quite nice that I sort of still, I mean, although it's not Graham, he's built like Graham. He's exactly it's like he's the same person. It's like he's the same person, but just 20 years younger. Same humor and everything like that. So that's quite it's quite comforting, to be honest. But unfortunately he's leaving because, well, it's good for him, because I mean, I just want to share, Dan, if you are watching, congratulations, because he has got a brand new job within safety operations and of LNER, which is a really good, important job. So he's progressing and he's promoted through the ranks also at LNER. So really well done to you, Dan, if you are watching. So big thumbs up to you. Well, yeah, that kind of wraps up that chat as well. And I just want to say as well, obviously the last few months have been tough, but to be honest, I've been living this life for the last 6 months now, and that's because of Graham. I'm living in this new place now with my new job, and that's thanks to him. So although he's gone, he's had a massive impact on my life, especially even now, even though he's not here. But yeah, we're going to keep carrying on, and obviously try and keep his memory alive as best we can. Because to be honest, whenever Graham was on a stream, we were always laughing our heads off. And I think if any of us ever watch any of his best clips back, I know there was a few of them there, and there was way too many to fit into that clip. We'd be here laughing our heads off all night, and he was incredible. Someone never be replaced. However, in some ways that's quite a nice thing because he is truly one of a kind. So the tremendous one is you, Graham, right? So that is what this episode is named after. And we're going to keep it all positive as best we can because Sunderland have got to Wembley. How we've done it. I mean, we've been on a fantastic run. Well, I think for the last couple of months now. Obviously, I think Alex Neil's been doing really, really well. Johnny, I'll come to you first. How have you seen the last few months, and what difference do you think Alex Neil has made to this team to get it on such a good run?
Well, yeah, like you said, fantastic run the last couple of months. I thought with Alex Neil from the start, as soon as he came in, I thought he was quite calm. He instilled a lot more belief in, especially the defenders in the team. I think made us, shored us up, made us a lot more solid. And I think that's the major difference, isn't it, between him and Lee Johnson. We look under Alex Neil like we can go into 90% of games confident of not really even giving up too many chances, never mind conceding goals. There's a reason we've only lost one game since Neil's come in. And if you become hard to beat and you hit form at the right time, you're always a threat in the playoffs. We mentioned it a few times on the show. I've said, you want to be the form team. Doesn't matter who finishes third, fourth, fifth, whatever. You want to be the team with a bit of confidence, a bit something about you, and being the team who not conceding goals, scoring late equalisers, late winners. Reminiscent in a way of, ironically, the Roy Keane promotion season from the Championship, where we scored, I can't remember how many goals after 85 minutes.
Gary will know.
Yeah, I'm sure Gary will be able to pull that stat out. But yeah, I think we look hard to beat, we look solid, and he's very pragmatic, is Neil, which I think stands us in good stead, especially coming up against, pardon me French, maybe the biggest shithouse team in League One, in Gareth Ainsworth and Wickham. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I completely agree with that. Ben Carr, what do you think? Do you think the same as Johnny said? What Alex Neil's brought the team We never go into a game. I mean, we're always quite confident. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's certainly a new sort of belief that we've got since Neil's come in. He certainly brought a incredible resilience to the boys, which probably we haven't seen the likes of in League One for the past 4 or 5 seasons. 15 games unbeaten. He said as soon as he came in, what am I going to do? I'm going to try and stop us leaking goals. I'm going to shore the defence up. That's what he's done. He's brought Corey Evans in. He's done a job. I think we've finally got a centre-half partnership that I think we're probably quite reliant on now in Wright and Bath. I think they've made quite a big difference. But he's just been steady. He's just managing the players well. He's managed the lack of fitness and people playing too many minutes. He's balanced that really well. Just what a sort of very old school manager, says it how it is. Doesn't want to dress it up too much. At the end of the day, it's 11 beat 11 on a pitch playing football. So, and I think that takes a bit of pressure off the players as well, which lets them just go and be able to play their football. So, I mean, he's done a fabulous job, and hopefully it will be completed next Saturday at Wembley.
Yeah, just before you move on, anyone who had 1946 in the Corey Evans mention sweepstakes, you're the winner. He made it 16 whole minutes before mentioning his name, so just thought I'd throw that one out.
Yes, you know what? I'm actually going to come to Corey Evans afterwards, but I'll go at Dan Humphrey. Dan, the points Johnny and Ben have made, to what extent of that do you agree?
Oh, what a question that is. Oh, to a large extent, I would say.
I'm just getting you ready for your A-levels.
Yeah, I know. They're in a couple of weeks. Yeah, Alex Neil, what a boy. I think he's the complete opposite of a manager to Lee Johnson, if I'm honest with you. When it comes to interviews, for starters, Lee Johnson was all about his philosophy and his POMO, his sharps and all this bollocks. Alex Neil, he'd be asked a question and he'd answer it to a T. Do you know what I mean? He'll say how it is completely. If he thinks we've played poorly, he'll say we played poorly. If he thinks we've played well, he'll say we played well. Does what it says on the tin, really. Simple guy. He has sort of a bit of a, I think he kind of has a bit of not an arrogance, but he has something about him that sort of he backs himself. I think it's called just confidence in his own sort of ability, and especially when he does the press conferences. I feel like if a reporter asks him maybe a silly question or something, or he lets them know that he doesn't really rate the question or doesn't want to answer it. But as for the football as well, he's just completely showed up the defence. We were conceding goals for fun previously in the season. Any team that gets beat by Bolton 6-0 is a disgrace really in League One. So I think looking back on it, Lee Johnson didn't really have a leg to stand on when it came to being sacked. But yeah, defence, Bath, and is it Bat or Bath, whatever you say? Bath and Wright. Bailey Wright has been an absolute warrior. I mean, literally, he's taken a few hits in the last few games and he's been amazing. So he's turned the defence around, and I think he's given Patterson the confidence a run of games. And I think that's what a young lad needs in consistent games, because you're never gonna, if you keep changing the keeper, you're not gonna find the right formula. But yeah, I love him so far. So far, so good. I mean, you can't complain. We've literally lost one game, and it was to MK Dons, who had a former Sunderland player, so he was destined to score on the day. And they were also third in the league and one of the better teams. But I think all along, I think we will take Wickham beating MK Dons, because I'm not sure about I would have wanted to face them. But yeah, as for Alex Neil, you can only judge him by the results, and he's lost one game. So for me, fair play. And if he gets the job done on Saturday, we're doing it all, I reckon.
I mean, to be honest with you, if we get the job done, and do you know what I think's different about this team than previous seasons is, in previous seasons, we like to mess around. We like to have this, as you said, Dan, philosophy. We like to have this big plan. We like to have this big dream and, fantasies and everything like that. And, we're all going to be flying on magic carpets in the next few years and going, climbing. I don't know. It's just ridiculous. Like people sometimes think that the world is just full of, I don't know. I can't remember what the expression was that I used before. It's something, but Alex Neil is very much straight to the point. And what I've said is for seasons now, I said what we need is someone that's just going to come in and just go, he's not going to be the person that everyone's going to think, oh, they're interesting, or they're a bit of a character, or they're exciting, and I'm excited by what they say. They just need someone to just come in and go, just get the job done. It doesn't matter how we do it. Just make sure we get the job done. And what I've seen under this team is we just get the job done. Gillingham, we won that game where we probably would have drawn in previous seasons. Shrewsbury, Oxford, we got a draw against Rotherham in sort of in the late stages of the game. Even Sheffield Wednesday, obviously, last week. We get the results. Not last week, it was on Monday, but we get the results. And I think that's the main thing, and I think that's the sign of a team that gets promoted. And I think the position we're in now, I think we've done tremendously well, like incredibly well, to get where we are now. So to finish it off, hopefully next Saturday by winning the final, I think we've honestly, Alex was probably the most successful Sunderland manager, I think, probably since Sam Allardyce. And that's honestly what I think. He's done incredibly well, and to see how he's managed to do that as well. Everyone just seems to be pulling in the right direction. Johnny, your favourite player on the 21st minute, we'll get to the subject of Corey Evans. I mean, how does he go from a player that's, everyone's just even booing off? I mean, it's horrible to see your fans boo their own player off when they get substituted. But then to see the player he is now, I don't think that we could possibly go out on the pitch and not play Corey Evans, because he is almost like, I think, the spine in our team at the moment. He keeps the midfield together. Johnny, go on, let your heart out about it.
Well, I think he's made a few of us have to eat quite a few words, I think, over the past few weeks. I think he's a good example of the sort of player where the manager makes a real difference. Obviously, I never want to see players getting booed on the pitch or taking, sort of a lot of abuse like that from fans. Very rare exceptions, Didier Ndong as an example might be someone I wouldn't mind getting a bit of, a stick on the pitch or whatever. Yeah, when they bother to turn up, but someone like Evans, I think, under a Lee Johnson type manager where he wants to be very expansive and open and playing this, using philosophies and ethos, whatever you want to talk about, trying to play this very attractive football. I think he's the sort of player who just doesn't suit that sort of system. Whereas I think, obviously, under Neil, he likes to have that solid base of the midfield. We've seen, Luke O'Nien is a player that I'm a bit biased towards. He's probably my favourite player, but I think he takes some stick sometimes from people who see him. He gives the ball away a couple of times and he's a little bit slack in possession, but does the hard yards, wins the ball back. And him and Evans together, I think, especially set a platform for us to go on and then the attacking players to show the talent and get the goals. I think he's. I would not have expected it from him. And it sounds a bit like, damning him with feigned praise to say, oh, well, under a defensive manager who doesn't want to actually play football, he looks great. But I do think he deserves a lot of credit for having the character to turn it round. I think a lot of players would have wilted under that sort of pressure. Especially players who've never played at a club anywhere near the size of Sunderland. So credit where it's due. But if players could stop making me look stupid, yeah, that would be great. I'd really appreciate that. Just stick to what I say about you, yeah?
No, that's fair enough. It's fair enough, Johnny. Dan, what do you think? Corey Evans, have you been impressed?
It was a cold Sunday evening in Plymouth, Matthew. I just arrived at the hotel. And I checked in with my dad. We went up the stairs, went up the lift.
Did you see the team?
We get out the lift. And who do I see in the room next door to me stayed? It's Corey Evans, is it? I say to him, good luck tomorrow, Corey. He says, thank you. And the rest is history.
Thanks for that.
No, but no, I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't actually know. He's like a good player at this point. I think that 4 role, the sort of sitting in front of the back 4, is perfect for him. I think 09 has tried to play that previously under Johnson, and it's just not his position. Do you know what I mean? Onyan's box to box, just running up and down. Whereas Corey Evans, he doesn't have to necessarily sort of be sprinting up and down as much, but he's smarter, if you know what I mean, in terms of positional awareness, like breaking up the play and winning the balls back from the position. If you see the amount of times it's like a free ball in the sort of the second, third, sort of off the first part of our half, and there's sort of balls in the air. He's either winning headers or he's taking it down. He's just slow. He does slow the game down when it needs to be. Obviously, at times when he's maybe more attacking, he does slow it down, and you want it to sort of be a bit more sort of up pace and keep it moving, keep it ticking over. But in terms of in our own half, when we sort of might be under pressure or the other team, we've had a few chances, just to have that man there to retain the possession and win it back and sort of keep it is sort of where I think is vital. And as Matthew said, I think you can't drop him at the moment. The captain, he's not sort of like a big, loud character, I wouldn't say, but he sort of, I think he does his sort of, he performs and he's a sort of captain, a bit like Harry Kane or someone. His performances shine and sort of prove why he's the captain. But we've got leaders throughout the team because obviously Bailey Wright's been captain before, and I think he's a big vital sort of figure at the back as well. As for Corey Evans, yeah, I don't know the specific reason for the change around. Maybe it's a slight change of position. Obviously, he did come to the club with a slight injury, and he's sort of quite an injury-prone player. So maybe just that run of games has got him back up to speed and playing to his best. But yeah, he's got to be on the team for me. Him and a 9 at the moment. Don't see Daniel or Jay Matete getting in, even though they're obviously very decent players. I think it would be very hard for the manager to not keep the same midfield for the final.
Yeah, definitely. And I think those midfielders as well. I mean, you got Matete and Dan Neil. I think those are really, really good options you have to bring off from the bench, depending on the direction that the game goes, because you know that our midfielders of, Evans, O'Nien, Matete and Neil, they all offer us different attributes. And I think they're not, we've had too many players that are just sort of the same, like they don't really, they're just
power.
Just of the game, and they just sort of do the same thing. But at least you can rely that he's going to throw himself into challenges. He's going to want to get the ball forward. Same thing with Dan Neil. Really, he's a player that loves to get forward, and he's got an eye for goal. The only thing the only criticism I really have of Corey Evans is that just never let him shoot. I think I remember. I think in the second leg he got the ball on the edge of the box. And oh no, it might have been the first leg actually. And I just thought, he's going to shoot here, isn't he? And he used his left foot and it dragged it wide. But I just thought, you know what? As far as Corey Evans' shots go, I think that's probably the best one I think I've ever seen, to be honest. But anyway.
On Matete as well, when he came on the second leg, what was he doing?
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
He had the ball sort of on the edge of our box. And it was almost like he didn't want to clear it. And he nearly kept giving it back like about 3 times.
Yeah, but then they did put it out for a goal kick, which was quite a big relief because I think it was about a drop at that point.
Quite a frenetic player, I think, Matete. He's quite
I think he did. I remember we did really well in the Oxford game away. I think because it was the style of game I think we were playing. It was going to be a bit more of a footballing. Well, I say a bit more of a footballing game because, as we know, teams in this league love to just hoof the ball in the air and try and bully us and whatever. But I think against Oxford, a bit more of the ball on the floor. We started Matete, and he did really, really well in that game. And I just think for the different teams that we play, we prepared differently and we played different players. And I think that's the great thing. Not only do we have a good starting 11, but we also have a really, really good squad to go with that. Ben, I'll come to you finally on the point of Corey Evans because, we've just made a big topic about him. What do you think? Is he an unsung hero, do you think, in this team?
I think he probably is. I think now, when you look at the 15 unbeaten and all of this, I think I agree with what Johnny's saying. He's sort of he's thrived under Alex Neil, and I think that's probably more of the fact that of sort of Neil's tactics. I think when his teams go out to play, every player knows their role and what they have to do. And Corey Evans' job, basically, I mean, he's not like Neymar or anything. He doesn't do anything absolutely amazing where you're thinking, oh, flip the neck. That was, he's just sat there and just say, right, just keep the game ticking, sit there, try and press the loose ball. If we're getting, a little bit agitated, just slow the game down, get it moving, get a bit of composure back, and then we'll start again. So I mean, I've slagged him off on here numerous times, and I do acknowledge that. I think I probably spoke too soon on him, but I think he's made certainly an amazing difference since Neil's come in, and sort of Dan touching on about the whole captain thing, but obviously Bat and Wright, they certainly come in. They've come in and they are leaders. So I think Corey, he does it in his own way. I think the sort of captaincy, a bit like Harry Kane, But
just to confirm, Corey Evans.
Everyone's laughing, right? We've just got a little private chat on here. And someone just said,
just to confirm, yeah, Corey Evans, he is like Harry Kane, but he's not like Neymar. Yeah, so his level is somewhere between those two players. Fantastic. We've narrowed it down. We've worked him out. Well done, lads.
Yeah, but he's not like he's not he's not doing an amazing job on the left wing. 5-star skill moves and all of this. He's literally just sat in front of the defence, just mopping up. It's not glamorous.
Yeah.
He don't earn the big bucks. But it earns money in a different way. Do you know what I mean? That's how I was trying to say it. I think it made me came out a little
bit. Earns a lot less money than Neymar.
Stranger than I thought. But,
I mean, it's fair enough, Ben. I completely understand your point. Obviously, you've got to have someone. You've got to have someone in the team who's not quite Neymar, but who is quite Corey Evans.
Yeah.
But yes. But anyway, we'll wrap that topic up about Corey Evans, or we might come back to him a little bit later. Before I get on to the next topic, I do want to remind the 55 people that are currently watching. Hopefully, there's a little bit more, obviously, as we go on. The quiz is back for this evening. It was a 20-question quiz. I know we used to do it every Friday. We scrapped it for a bit, as we literally ran out of questions. However, it is back this evening. I haven't written it. Dom Aberdeen, who edits Sean's videos, has put this quiz together. So hopefully it's good. Yes, I'll be playing. Everyone will be playing along, and we'll see if I can regain my crown.
Neymar's level?
It's not quite Neymar. Not quite as Neymar, but you're looking more. I don't know.
Diamond, yeah.
Maybe Jack Diamond, maybe. There's a player. I hope he's doing well at Harrogate. People.
He is, to be fair. Yeah.
He's nowhere near. If Corey Evans is not near not like Neymar, Jack Diamond is nowhere near like.
If people saying he's doing well at Harrogate, I'm like, brilliant. He can stay there. Do well. Keep doing well at Harrogate. No problem at all.
Yeah, but he's going to be a Premier League player, so
Oh, Jesus.
Season, isn't it?
I saw Jack Diamond and Anthony Patterson at Berkeley Snooker Club a few months ago, and I'm just going to say I'm glad they're better at football than they are at snooker, because if they were the same level of skill at both sports, they'd both be playing non-league football right now.
What that game was like. Right. Okay. Right. We'll go on to the next topic. Now, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the obviously the League One playoff semi-finals against Sheffield Wednesday. Now, obviously the first leg was at the Stadium of Light. Obviously I think the attendance was 44,760 something. Dan, you'll know what it is. Dan knows this kind of pointless stuff.
Hey,
and he didn't even go.
Didn't go, but I've got the program, haven't I?
How have you managed that?
Just someone that I know sent it to me.
Oh, okay. Well, that's nice. Not even I got one actually. Yeah, 44,700 something. Someone can tell me.
42, I want to say, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know what difference that makes, but anyway, there was a lot of people in the Stadium of Light. Obviously, we had that fan display led by Spirit of 37, who I think are going to put together a display for Wembley as well, which will be fantastic. Obviously the Flames as well, as the teams were coming out. I thought I was watching like the Champions League final in front of my eyes. It was fantastic. Johnny, I believe you were there as well.
Certainly was, yeah. Made the trek back up from West Yorkshire to the northeast.
I mean, it's not much of a trek, is it? I could walk it, really.
It's a hard life, Matthew. It's a hard life, sort of journey to follow the lads. But yeah, no, I was in the East Stand in the little display, holding up my little bit of coloured paper, playing my part to cheer the lads on. But no, it was a fantastic atmosphere. great. The fact that we won it in the end made it a bit more enjoyable an experience. But yeah, scrappy goal, but they all count. We'll take them. They can go in off, Patterson's arse off a 95th minute corner for all our care, as long as they go over the line. And it was nice to see Sunderland actually stepping up and doing the business when the pressure's on for a change, which is a nice attribute this side's got.
Definitely 100%. Ben, what did you think of the home leg? Do you think we deserved to win? A quick note on the attendance and the atmosphere as well.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I wasn't able to go, but I watched it on the telly, and the atmosphere looked absolutely electric. I mean, it reminded me of like old Premier League days. It was just so good to be able to see the stadium so full and the two sort of stands going on. It was pretty incredible to watch, really. But yeah, it was a tight game, wasn't it? I mean, one mistake from one of their players sort of won us the tie, really, in a way. But I think the goal was down to Ross Stewart's just energy and just willing to press, and he certainly got his reward for that. I thought he'd messed it up at first. I thought, surely he's got to score, but just managed to tap it in, didn't he? But yeah, I mean, we looked pretty solid. I mean, the only threat that they really gave us was just trying to whip balls in the box, and we seemed to be dealing with them a couple of times. Patterson didn't really have to do much in that sort of way. There was sort of one sort of cross across the box where he collected pretty well, but it was, I'd say, relatively comfortable. And an all-important 1-0 lead to take into the second leg, and that was vital in the end. So yeah, couldn't have asked for any more, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, I completely agree with what you're saying. I mean, it was. I mean, I've never actually experienced, I think, because obviously in my lifetime, well, since I've been old enough to go to games probably by myself, I've never seen the stadium like that. And in recent years, it's been. I mean, obviously, as we know, the football. I don't need to remind anyone of what was happening over the last few years, but it hasn't been great, and we haven't had an atmosphere like that. I mean, I know it's only like a fan display, but if everyone's holding up their cards, so everyone's all together and trying to make one big display, and I just think it was incredible. Obviously, when Roy Fallow just told everyone to stick their things in the air and whatever, and shout away the lads, and everyone all he told everyone to do that at the final whistle. I think actually
we can't be having this conversation after 9 p.m, lads. That's way too bad for the watershed.
Before the watershed, this.
It's only 8:08, but yeah, no, honestly, just to see all the placards in the air, of course, and just see the display, and to look around and just see all the fans, and that people have travelled from everywhere in the country to be there, and that's that one time where you really feel everyone's all united, and it was really, really lovely to see, and great to experience. I mean, for 30 minutes ahead of kickoff, everyone was singing their hearts out, and throughout the entire game, I think it was brilliant. And as I say, I mean, as you lads have said already, I've never felt like we were going to lose that game. I always felt it was very relatively comfortable, and if anything, I was actually surprised we didn't score more goals.
Yeah, well, just another quick note on the atmosphere as well. I mean, when I used to have a season ticket until we got relegated from the Premier League, I used to sit in the East Stand, and very, very rarely, if ever, you'd have chance starting or really being sung much through the game in that end of the ground. You know what I mean? It's usually a bit quiet there. South Stand, you'd hear stuff, Southwest Corner, all that sort of thing. Maybe it's a bit of back and forth with the away fans, but through most of the game against Sheffield Wednesday, there was singing, there was chant, everyone was up for it. Like you said, it kind of felt like everyone was, united together. Everyone was kind of in the zone a bit as fans. Some games it sort of passes you by, you're watching it, it's a bit, we're playing all right. I thought against Sheffield, it was much more of a sort of like a focused crowd, if that makes any sense. Yeah, it was a credit to the club, I thought.
Oh, 100%. And I think you see the difference that the crowd makes to the game. I mean, like we were cheering. I mean, we were urging these players on. And I remember there's something as small as Sheffield Wednesday taking a throw in, but then Jack Clark closed this. I think it was Jack Clark or Roberts. I can't remember who, but he closed him down and kept going and kept going and kept going and kept going, pushed him into the corner, then got the ball off him, and then sort of created a half chance, but it was just that sheer determination. And there was another instance as well. I remember we had a corner. It was cleared to this. I can't remember what his name was, but it was a Sheffield Wednesday player who was shielding it. And then normally at that point, he passed it to someone else, they clear it. But this was another thing Corey Evans was doing. I remember he just kept putting the pressure on him, and then pushed him all the way at the corner flag. Then we got the ball off him, and I think that's when I think it was Roberts that cut in and tried to have his shot, and it was cleared. But again, that was just sheer determination, something that I haven't seen from a Sunderland team in quite a long time. And I think it's really refreshing to see. But yeah, that's what I think. Dan, I haven't come to you yet about the first leg. How did you feel it went? Do you think we deserved to get the win?
Definitely. I mean, they had one. I think Sheffield Wednesday only had one shot on target in the whole game. But you're right. It was just I never felt like they were going to score, just because our defense was so solid and they didn't really have many touches in the box or many attacks. It was just a case of how many were going to score, and I guess we probably should have scored at least 2. I'd say. I think Ross Stewart had that chance at the end where he sort of just dragged it across goal. But I'm very jealous of the people out there, because I had to listen to Andy Hinchcliffe for 180 minutes. He's the worst commentator I've ever heard, and he obviously used to play for Sheffield Wednesday. So he's just basically wants them to win for first place. But not even that, because he does some of the Premier League games. And he's just, I don't know why, but I just cannot stand his commentating. He just seems to be quite negative about the players, and sort of, he speaks as if he was Neymar. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, he played in the Premier League of England. He was obviously a very good player, but like, the way he speaks is he someone speaks as if every player should be perfect. And it's like, mate, you talk about League One players, they're not going to be like unbelievable. They're going to make mistakes. And so I think, honestly, I thought about putting him on mute in at times, but obviously the atmosphere kept me listening. But yeah, I really like the display. The eyes of the cat eyes are really quite good, I thought. It was very different, because people were a bit skeptical when they saw it on Twitter, and they thought it would maybe look a bit weird, but it was quite intimidating, to be fair. And that guy, who's the photographer, he took a brilliant photo of the players walking out to it.
I know what you mean.
RJX Media or something, and something. That was brilliant. And you're right, the atmosphere was. There's been a few videos of sort of like YouTubers who have been at the games recently filming, from especially from the first leg. I saw one video and it looked absolutely pandemonium. It was brilliant. It's just a shame, I guess. I was thinking the other day, like in the second leg, could you imagine the Sunderland fans were in the bottom tier as well, the top tier? I mean, that would have been absolutely about 100 people on the pitch. It would have been absolute carnage. And equally, we had spare seats in the home leg that we could have sold at Sheffield Wednesday, which I don't think would have caused much harm if we sold a couple more thousand, and vice versa, really, which was the only sort of shame, because they capped that 2,000. Like, what would have been worse if we had to play MK Dons away? Did you see that? I know Wickham are a tiny club, but they still only were allowed 2,000 fans. So if we had MK Dons, we would have only been able to have 2,000 fans and like a 32,000 seat stadium, and they've only got like less than 10k at the other end. It's like, it doesn't make sense to me how they wouldn't let more people, so they can make more money for starters and also create a better atmosphere. But I guess they don't want to give an advantage to the opposition. But both teams lost anyway, so it obviously didn't work for MK Dons. But yeah, brilliant atmosphere, both games. And with Sheffield Wednesday, like, if we were to lose Sheffield Wednesday, I'd rather lose to them than sort of a team like Wickham. Like, but now we've beat them. Even I think their fans were saying they want us to beat Wickham just because of the sort of club side. You can't beat Wickham. You know what I mean? So I think Sheffield Wednesday will be strong next season if they keep covering their players. If Barry Bannon stays and they've got quite a good sort of championship level players. It was just, I think their squad depth might have lacked for them. They had a very good starting 11, but their bench wasn't. They didn't have much inspiration from the bench. They brought a couple of big lads on, but they didn't really do anything. They were honest, sort of unfit ex-Premier League players, but they weren't really sharp on it. But yeah, brilliant atmosphere. Really like the eyes. I think we should definitely try and do something similar, obviously not the same, but at Wembley on the big scale, I guess.
We'll all just go like that.
We'll look like we're looking for Gary in a car park somewhere. Oh, there he is. Oh, I'm not looking at that.
Yeah, no, absolutely, Dan. Right, I'll just well, I've completely forgotten. I haven't been here in a while, so don't get angry at me. I haven't really read the live chat out, but I'll just quickly just shout out everyone who's on the chat here. We've got Jeff, Joanne Punchin, DJ Sizzler Watson, which is Dave. Hello, Dave. Joanne Punchin, Patrick Ward. We've got David Punchin as well. Is the wardrobe sorted for Trafalgar Square? Well, I think so. I think Acacia also asked as well. Is anyone going to be at Trafalgar Square? I'll be at Trafalgar Square. Is anyone else going to be at Trafalgar Square? Johnny will be at Trafalgar Square. Perfect.
I might be at Trafalgar. I'm not sure.
If it's not past your bedtime, then you'll have to.
I'm not missing an excuse for a few pints. Like, I'm definitely going to be there. Yes, please.
Absolutely not. Absolutely. Dan, you'll be there. I'll make sure that you're there.
But we'll ask your dad really nicely. We'll say, come on, give him an hour.
Please, can Dan?
He's not the problem.
Please, can Dan go to bed an hour later than normal? Then we'll have a deal. Right. Okay. I'm just joking, Dan, by the way. We've got, so
I'm not joking.
Looking here. Gary, who obviously just his connection wasn't working earlier, so we had to he's reverted to the live chat instead. But Gary said players have been doing that to me for years, Johnny. None more so than Noel Quinn. Thought he was finished, but best period of his career was still to come. Now an absolute hero in my eyes. Yep, definitely. I think obviously he was probably looking to retire when he came to Sunderland, but had the best few years of his career. Right, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the second leg that was played at Hillsborough. Now, obviously, everyone was a bit worried to say, well, the second leg's going to be played at Sheffield Wednesday, and they're the ones now that are going to have that backing from their fans, the urge to push on. However, what I thought is, obviously, as we know, history tells us that we've always been more successful in playoffs when we've always played away in the second. I can think, obviously, in 1990, obviously, well, I don't remember, I wasn't born, but I did know, obviously, in 1990, we played at St James's Park away 1-2-0, Gates and Gabbiadini. There's other ones as well, of course, Portsmouth in recent years as well. We've always seemed to do better, I think, playing away. And I think the reason for that is because we're Sunderland. I think the Stadium of Light, sometimes we put ourselves under too much pressure. And when you have a team like Sheffield Wednesday, I think they're the team that put themselves under too much pressure at their home stadium. So I think if we went into that game with an advantage, we would have had more of a chance to win it, because we could have, obviously, try to get a draw. In the end, we did, not in the way that we sort of thought we might, but we did in the end. Johnny, what did you think of that game? How did you think it went? Do you think that how well we played, and do you think we deserve to win it in the end? A lot of questions there, so take your time.
Yeah, I'll just answer that for an hour. Yeah, no, but
go ahead.
I think you're right. There is a psychological element, obviously, of to knock out football, isn't it? You see it even with massive teams in the Champions League. Look at Man City, Real Madrid. Very recently, the second leg of that game, City basically had 1 foot, 1.5 feet in the final almost. They had a 2-goal cushion on aggregate going into the last couple of minutes. But then in that case, the home team atmosphere obviously spurred Real Madrid on to get those 2 quick goals. I think you're probably right that it did work for us this time, where they're the ones under pressure. We've come to their turf with a lead. And in a weird way, I think you're right that we almost did sort of play for a draw, but I thought not in the way old Sunderland sides would have. I remember, especially under Steve Bruce in the Premier League, we used to, the rare occasion, we'd go ahead by a goal. We'd go 1-0 up, and then we'd be like, right, that's it. There's the goal scoring done. Let's sit back now. And we'll just invite them on, let them press, and then they'll inevitably end up scoring 1 or more. But I thought Alex Neil set us up really well. I thought he had us pressing them. I thought the players, to a man, pretty much pressed really well, effectively. There was nobody kind of slacking off and, letting gaps appear in the team. And where we did, on occasion, sort of let Sheffield Wednesday break the lines a little bit. I thought players were making sort of clever little fouls and tackles in areas to break the play up. And I thought, to be honest, for the first time, one of the first times since we've been down in League One, I thought we were sort of the shithouses for a bit, which was a nice role to take on. Like, we were sort of not letting them have, time and not letting them get comfortable and getting their crowd on the, on the backs a bit, and a bit of sort of standard poor League One refereeing. I thought we were possibly slightly lucky to get away with not giving away a penalty when Sirkin turned himself into a bit of a mess of limbs in the box. I think it was in the first half. But yeah, I thought overall, yeah, I mean, Sirkin over both legs, I thought didn't cover himself in glory. But, when I say players are crap, they turn into Neymar and Harry Kane combined. So if I keep slagging off Sirkin, he's going to score a hat-trick in the final. But yeah, to sum it up, I thought, just quick story, Dan, I thought good game plan, being away worked out for us. And I thought the players carried it out really well. And obviously the spirit and belief to keep going, even at the 10 minutes at a time, was fantastic, and long may it continue.
Yep, definitely. Dan, did you want something to add on that?
No, not really. I'll just they spelled his name wrong in the team sheet.
What's Sirkin?
That's why they put Gherkin on the thing, and then they say,
"Oh yeah, Spanish Gherkin."
Is this team sheet or a Mackey's order? Like, what's going on here? Getting gherkins on my burger. Do you know what I mean?
Do you leave the gherkin in or just take it out? That's the question.
Take it out.
I take it out, but my dad loves them, so I always give them to him. He's a human dustbin.
Yeah, but not the McDonald's one, because they're all soggy. Like, if you get them,
I wouldn't buy a burger that had it in the first place, if I'm honest. But
right, well, fair enough. Anyway, away from gherkin. Right.
I was in a lift with Sir, actually.
I thought you were going to say you're in the lift with the gherkin.
He's actually quite small. He's quite slight and thin. I've said it before, but the players are so much thinner and smaller in real life than you think they are. Apart from Anthony Patterson, he's absolutely huge.
And Lyndon Gooch is built like a brick shit house as well.
Yeah. Again, he is, but he's not very big though.
He's a short lad, isn't he? But he's got a bit of meat on him.
Very angry.
We like Johnny,
isn't he?
Yeah.
It's very angry.
Yeah.
Everything. I think more angry at himself, as angry as we get at him, to be honest, sometimes. Go on, Ben. Finally, I just want to come to you about the Sheffield Wednesday second leg, and then we'll move on to our next topic and then the quiz.
Oh, how many topics are there? Oh.
I know, yeah. Well, I'll keep it short and sweet then, so we can get on to the quiz, because I'm sure we're all looking forward to it. So, yeah, I mean, it was just a bit of a weird one, really, because, Neil said, we're going to go out and we're going to give him a game and all of this. And then for sort of 50, 60 minutes, I thought we were under the cosh for quite a little while of it. Obviously we were pressing man to man, but I felt like they had a few more sort of cutting edge passes. And then obviously the one lapse in concentration where you give what's his name? Can't remember. Barry Bannon the ball in midfield. He puts that pass through and it's 1-1. 1-0 even.
No, don't.
Go on. No, go on.
Did they want to say Barry Bannon's bloody name any more times on the
No, they did.
Oh
they did.
My God.
Like he was he was Neymar, yeah. That's how much this guy.
About the average. The funny thing is, as well, my mum pointing this out. They don't just call him Bannon. You know how they just call some players like Stewart or Cirque? They call him Barry Bannon every time.
Yeah.
And rolls off the tongue nicely, though, doesn't it? Barry Bannon.
It's like some sort of
it does, yeah. But
coming down to play, but obviously he's a great player. But honestly, they didn't stop going on about him. He'd do like a 5-yard pass. Oh, Barry Bannon once again. What honestly.
Yeah.
Go on, man, carry on. Sorry.
Yeah, so no. Yeah, I mean, yeah. One little bit of time and space for Bannon, wasn't it? And it was
Barry Bannon.
Obviously this. What?
I said Barry Bannon. No, you said Bannon.
Give him his full title. Yeah, not just Bannon, he's Barry Bannon.
Oh,
Yeah, you said
sorry.
Bannon, I said Barry Bannon.
Sorry, I went a bit off Andy Hinchcliffe there. So Barry Bannon, you know, obviously had time and space, made it 1-0, and then I think obviously Neil's found resilience in the boys. You know, he's certainly done something, and we just sort of started playing a little bit more. I was surprised he kept the 4 at the back, I must admit, but he obviously done his homework, Neil. Look, we got the 1-0. That's all that matters. The away scenes on the telly were absolutely incredible. So
yeah,
a much grinded out win, thoroughly deserved. I'm so pleased for Patrick Roberts, and Jack Clark actually had a decent game for Sunderland. So I'll leave it there, man.
I think the funny thing about Clark was, so me and the lads who were watching it together, we've been saying all game, every time Clark gets the ball, he wants to cut inside. He's only got a right foot. Where's his left foot? The defender just shows him onto his wrong foot every time. He knows what he's going to do. And the one time he took it on the outside, the defence were just completely like, they didn't know what to do. They're like, where's he going?
We scored!
Yeah, a bit of quality ball in the box. I was like, hey, I need to stop making predictions because I don't know what I'm talking about. Like.
Absolutely. I mean, we were saying that all game. We're thinking, why didn't he just go on his left foot? And the one time he does, the one time he puts the ball in the box with his left foot, we score. You just think, why weren't you doing that all game? But, you know, if you do it once and you score, perfect.
It was a good bit of quality, to be fair. We capitalised on them. I thought it was poor defending from Chef Wed. They just seemed to give Clark acres of space for no reason. Yeah. It was nice to see us be a bit ruthless for a change and just, you know, get that chance and just take it and shut the door on them.
Yeah, without a doubt. And yeah, it was great to see that. And I mean, I was in the away, and I was lucky enough to go. Someone got me a ticket last minute, and I was really, really glad. I finished work, and I just quickly drove down to Sheffield from there. Got caught in about 5 different traffic jams and had all sorts of panic attacks in the car. Not panic attacks, sorry. I just got really stressed out whilst driving because I thought I'm not going to make kick off here, but I did. I got there in the end, and I have to say, for about 90 minutes, I absolutely hated it. I thought I can't. I honestly thought I can't take this. I thought we might as well invite these round for dinner because we were just, you know, they were inviting pressure, and I just couldn't take it. And when they scored, I was so gutted. I thought, do you know what? You know, I thought they might go on and win here, and it's going to be so you know, heartbreaking. However, when Clark came forward and the ball went across to Patrick Roberts, it was like slow motion, and it was pure silence in the away end. And we saw the ball, and it almost just smashed the back of the net. Like, as soon as it happened, I mean, it was within half a second. I just turned around and I saw about 5 or 6 bodies just on the floor, and then all of a sudden, I just get grabbed by my neck, dragged down. It was phenomenal. It was absolutely brilliant. I was covered in bruises. I was sweating. Oh, I came out of Hillsborough. I was dripping in sweat. I was soaking wet. I was jumping up and down non-stop. It was the most incredible goal celebration I've ever seen. And I just thought, I got a flashback to Wickham, and I thought, right, this was kind of about the same sort of time that we scored against Wickham. We can't afford to lose this. And to be fair, it never seemed like that, to be honest. It was stressful the last few minutes, but as soon as that final whistle went and we knew we were going to Wembley, let me tell you, that was probably the most incredible thing. I mean, that I'd say, along with the first leg at the Stadium of Light, that's probably the best away game I've ever been to as a Sunderland fan. Just to see, I mean, there was 2,000 of us, but we sung loud and proud all game, and we weren't going to let our team lose. And you know, we got there in the end. And as I say, this is another thing. I know I'm going on a little bit here, but this is another thing I say about Alex Neil and the team at the moment. They have this mindset of never being content. They always want to do more, and they see what they've done well, but they've also seen what they haven't done well and what they can improve on. And I think what we saw at the final whistle, obviously the players were coming over, celebrating with the fans at the end, but I wouldn't say there was too much, you know. It was a little, you know, punch the air, clap the fans, you know, we did well. We've achieved something. However, the mindset was we've still got something to do. We haven't done it yet. And I think in previous seasons, we've always got too ahead of ourselves. And we've always, I remember when we drew 2-2 at Walsall. Now, listen, I remember, obviously, we did really, really well to get back in that game. But after the game, the celebrations were like, we've just won the game. And to be honest with you, of course, we did really well to get back in the game. But to be 2-0 down to Walsall in the first place, I mean, I wouldn't be going around punching the air and celebrating it like a win, to be honest, because you're setting a standard there that isn't very high. However, against Sheffield Wednesday, we're seeing... Well, in fact, the players are coming over, but you still got that feeling. Alex Neil was still very sort of calm and composed like he normally is. And he knows that there's still a very, very important job to do. We've got to keep our focus right. So, yeah, well done to the team. And, yes, I'm confident now. We've still got a long way to go, but I'm confident that we can do it. Right.
Yeah, I thought Neil summed it up best, to be fair, when he said, all we've done is we've earned an opportunity. The game at Wembley is just as, if not more important than either leg against Sheffield Wednesday. We've got to go there. We've got to put a shift in for 90 minutes and win the game. It's all well and good celebrating, like you said, end of the game, late equaliser / winner. Great, enjoy it, but turn your focus to the next game. And yeah, I think that's the totally right attitude to having it.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll go on to everyone's favourite bit of the live stream. I know we're going for an hour. We might run over a little bit. Now, I'm very sorry to everyone that obviously has planned other things to do, but you can cancel those plans because the quiz is now starting. Right. We'll get this on screen now.
Oh, here we go.
If it comes on screen, there we go. There's your game pin. Now, if anyone doesn't remember how to enter this, you just Google kahoot.it. Put in your game pin there, which is 3585685. And I'm going to go in it myself as well. I have not created this Kahoot. It was Dom that's created it. All I've done is press play, and I've come on.
Is it any Sunderland based, or is it?
We'll find out.
We'll find out. Yeah,
we'll find out. I think it's a mix of everything. I think Dom said there's going to be some Sunderland questions in there, general knowledge questions, some things about Fans React as well. So that'll be interesting too. Yeah, very. It's not so bad,
These names.
Right, who's done that then? Hey, right, you see me at Wembley, it's not that bad, right? Okay. Let me just put that out.
I'd just like to remind you, my first quiz, Ben, I think you named yourself Johnny's Headphones, so my sympathies are very limited.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Right. Yeah. All right, then.
That's not me, by the way. I promise it's not.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Okay. I'm just trying to get right. Okay, right. I think we're all in. Is everyone in?
Swifty is 64.
Oh, that's me. I didn't even write anything offensive. Right, I'm coming back out.
Neither did I, and I'm Amazing Lizard 81.
You're an amazing lizard, man.
If you're watching, you need to get a grip of yourselves because this is ridiculous.
This is ridiculous. I mean, this is like
Captain Urchin 15. Who the hell's that?
Everyone's gonna have like all sorts of different names.
Hairline.
That's funny.
Have you only just clocked that, Dan?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh,
there we go.
Oh, here we go.
I'm surprised no one's put Matthew's mock yet.
What? That's not a mock, man.
Matthew, what?
What do you call it, Matt? Like
this is called hair.
Fringe.
Well, I'm not too sure what this is, to be honest. I'm actually saving myself for a haircut just before Wembley, so I don't want to get it now. And then, because obviously, just the size, just need shaping.
Yeah, smart.
I'll have to go for a trip down the Keep, Sunderland.
But what happens if you get a haircut now and we lose? Then it's the haircut's fault.
Well, I really don't think that Sunderland's game plan is going to be based on Matthew Leeds' hair. To be honest, Dan.
Ben's got a bit of in there. Ben's got a bit of a. You're growing out a bit, Ben. See.
Yeah. I just thought I'd switch it up. I couldn't
Yeah,
make any more of the Harry Potter comments, you know, so I thought, you know. But it's not just on here. It's like in real life when I just have the little short phrase. Oh, you look like Harry Potter. I think, oh, I haven't heard that one before. You know, so there's only so much you can take, Dan. So I thought,
I think it's all right. You sort of channeling your inner Jordan Pickford a bit with the little,
yeah,
in the bag. Yeah.
All right. Right, we've got. Let's have a look who's in the quiz. So we've got MDR. We've got Covent Garden, we've got Acacia, we've got Hanny, we've got Gherkins, we've got Dom Misused. That's nice. We've got Johnny's Beard. Gary delivers. Don't know what he delivers, but he delivers. Amazing Lizard 81. Obviously, we know that's Ben. Morgan Pickford. He's not Neymar. Trafalgar Square. Colin Roberts. Ben's hairline. Dom's girlfriend. And Gary's car park. Now, I don't think Dom's girlfriend is allowed in this quiz because she knows all the answers because she played it yesterday. So, Dom's girlfriend, if you win, then we know you're cheating. Right, and Nunes is just coming in as well. So welcome.
I hope that's not Milton Nunes.
There we go. Let's get this going. End of SZN, whatever that means. Season, I'm guessing. All right. Question 1, 3, 2, 1. How many AOL graduates are amongst this season's SAFC squad? I honestly thought I was Leon Deyaku for a minute. I think.
Does it count as loan players as well or not? That's the question.
Oh God!
Who's the four? Because you got Patterson, Embleton, Neil,
Gooch.
Oh God!
I didn't think.
I forgot Embleton as well. I was thinking Gooch, Patterson.
That's a quiz thing. She always add one more to the amount that you think.
I didn't even think. I didn't even think Gooch was the answer because I feel like he's been here for about 25 years. So, you know. Too long. Right.
Oh, Ben's sitting quiet there, isn't he?
Ben, well done. Right, here we go. Which of these SAFC players are not out of contract at the end of the season? Here we go. Bailey Wright, Jordan Willis, Carl Winchester, Arbon Jamajli. Oh, well, I know this one. So which ones are not out of contract? This is a good question, to be fair. Well done, Tom. 2 questions in. It's quite decent, to be fair. It is decent.
I think Dan maybe needs some medical attention there. I don't know what's going on that side of the screen.
It's like, you know, when you go into the dentist for like an operation and they put like the Novocaine or something like that. Yeah. That's what he sounds like. All right, Dom's gone at the top. Dom, I'm not being funny, but Dom, you wrote this quiz. I don't think you should be.
Dom and his missus are up there. That's not allowed.
Yeah, well, ow. Get out.
We know our real top 3, yeah. 3rd,
Absolutely.
5th. You're the true heroes.
It's disappointing, really.
Right, out of the 27, this was a big one. Out of the 27 goals that CFC have scored on their eyes now, how many of them came in the last 10 minutes? That's weird.
What game's that?
I don't think that's Sunderland fans, to be honest.
I don't think what ground that is at.
It'd be impossible to work out. 11! Oh my God.
Get it!
I'm doing really bad here. Dan, go on, name each one of those games then.
I remember seeing it. That was 11 on Quest.
Right. Do your research. He's not Neymar.
I wonder who that is.
I was going to say the same. Follow up, how many of those were in added time? Oh, wow. That is a good question.
I don't know. I don't know this one.
Oh, I don't know. I actually really don't know, to be honest. I'd be able to think about it, but not in 20 seconds.
The only thing I would say on this question is poor selection of image.
Yes! Guessing the blue tile coming in clutch again. Let's go.
I'm thinking Burton, Sheffield Wednesday, Gillingham, Shrewsbury,
Oxford.
No, that wasn't in the night. That was in the 88th minute. It wasn't in added time. That's 4. There was another one. Anyone think?
Nah.
Name him again. Say him again.
Burton, Gillingham, Shrewsbury. What was the other one? Burton, Gillingham, Shrewsbury.
Sheffield.
Sorry, yeah, that's 4. And then there's a 5th one. I'm just trying to think of the teams that we've played.
I'm drawing a blank.
Fleetwood.
Oh.
Well, I'd like to say the winning goal wasn't in the last minute in the Fleetwood game. Just putting it out there.
Yeah, which means it doesn't count. Right. Okay. He's not Neymar. Stays top. TOF.
I've got a shock.
True or false?
Only Patrick Roberts. Only Patrick Robertson has scored this season. Who else did we sign?
Signed in January.
No.
Well, the Foden scored, did he?
Hey!
He continues.
Well, I mean, the goal we were just talking about, the Fleetwood one, was scored by Jack Clark, who was signed in January.
I was just going to say, I remember Clark scoring a screamer. Has Bart not scored as well? I feel
Clark
like he
scored as well. You make a very good point, Johnny. The 5th goal against Cambridge.
I've got a shock there.
See?
Absolutely. Wow. Yeah. Right. Oh, amazing. Was it 81? Gary's car park is working its way back up.
Oh, that's me. Let's go. Win the 3rd. Yes.
And Ben's hairline's working his way back up as well.
Yeah. Hopefully not too much up. Yeah.
All right then. True or false? Accrington Stanley's Wham Stadium is the highest in League One. Highest what?
Highest, I'm guessing highest elevation wise, geography.
Highest?
The highest is in terms of quality of ground, I reckon.
Definitely false in that case.
Such a weird question. The highest. I thought it was such a weird question. It's got to be.
Yeah.
It's got to be true. Such a weird question. I don't know how anyone works that out.
Oh,
here we go. Nunes is top. He's not Neymar. Second, Gary delivers. That should be that should be Gary's new company. Like when he's in his car, he just do a bit like food deliveries and stuff like that.
You just ring Gary and just can you just bring us a few cans around, Gary, mate?
That's what you know. What? For next season, that's a good idea for a show just for Gary. Sits in his car. Gary delivers.
Like carpool karaoke, isn't it?
Yes, Gary delivers every Wednesday on Fans React.
There we go.
From his car. Perfect. Great idea. I'm sure he would agree. Okay. Next question. From match day 36, how many teams will be promotion?
Oh, Jesus.
I think I know the answer to this one.
You mean playoffs or automatics?
I'm going to assume both combined.
I mean, it's pretty much a bit of a guessing game. I mean, I don't really like the choice of image. I mean, the pie's got Wigan shorts on. 11? Oh my God.
Blimey.
You're joking me.
Covent Garden has a streak of 3 correct answers now. Well done, Covent Garden.
Didn't feel like 11 teams are in contention.
No. How many British clubs competed in European competitions this season? Oh my God.
British clubs.
Not
just English.
That's a good point, that.
Just before anyone gets too eager.
I mean, Dom could have split the numbers out a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Because now it's just a bit of a guessing game.
Oh, I didn't answer it.
Come on!
7 from the Prem, 2 from Scotland. Let's go!
I didn't answer.
Oh, dear.
I just guessed. I guess the highest.
Well, don't forget there's 7 Prem teams in Europe now because you got that stupid Conference League thing.
Oh, God. Which of these stadiums was not designed by architect Archibald Leach? That sounds like a joke name.
Archibald Leach.
Oh, I think it's Stamford Bridge up at Celtic Park. Oh,
Yes!
Put that.
I went on a tour of Celtic Park once, and I'm sure I'd remember some weird trivia bit just came to my head of, I swear he was the same guy as us.
God, I'm doing really bad here.
There we go.
How many countries have been represented in this season's Premier League? Whoa, what's that? Oh.
Well, the numbers are split out for you now, so are you feeling a bit happy, Matthew? Or...
I'm feeling much happier now.
I feel like I'm tripping. What the hell's going on?
I'm not doing that, by the way, just to let you all know. My mouse is there.
Of course,
that's not all.
There's only like 120 countries in the world, isn't there, or something like that?
Still, though, that's only an average of, I suppose, an average of about 3 like unique nationalities a team. Sort of makes sense.
Right.
Jesus.
Right. Send me as what? Oh,
what the
who did Picasso play for? Like, I don't remember any of his goals.
Not quite Neymar.
Slightly better than Jack Diamond, I've heard though.
Yeah. How many seconds have we got for these questions now?
I was gonna say I've missed one from not being quick enough.
God.
Oh dear.
I don't know what that is. Dom, we started off so well. During her reign, how many US presidents has Queen Elizabeth overseen? Oh, here we go.
Bloody hell.
Oh, I think I've gone with the wrong one. I say that for every question, to be honest.
This is hard, it's twisting my melon, man.
Oh, you twat.
Oh.
Gary delivers, Gherkin stays top. Johnny's beard is also in there as well.
There? I can't see it.
Oh, thin ice, you, Dan.
Michael Jackson was an uncredited composer of the soundtrack of. Oh wow, this is such a weird question.
Technically, there's controversy about this one, so it's hard to give a definitive answer.
You should do a whole stream talking like that, Johnny.
It's a kids' game, so Michael Jackson's probably involved, to be fair.
Dan.
Got that right, actually.
Right. Gary delivers his top. Which color unique?
Oh, have a word.
Which color unique color? Which color unique color?
I thought this guy writes poetry. Why can't he even write a bloody question properly? Like,
he wrote a book.
Oh dear.
I'm
gonna close.
Durham University, full of Tarquins. Oh, come on!
And they all wander about town in the bloody purple gear with the sports societies. Oh, look at me! I play netball. Shut up and go back down south. Yeah. Not that I've got any. Not that I'm harboring any resentment, boys. You understand? Yeah.
Quite violent.
Absolutely full of Tarquins. Is that you?
Management, Johnny.
Which of these is not an Olympic sport? Breakdancing, rock climbing, wakeboarding, or golf?
Well, this is a controversial one because
I think it's golf.
You're wrong.
I think that's an incorrect question.
I swear wakeboarding is in there.
Well, we're gonna send an appeal to Dom.
I think that the other ones are going to be. I think breakdancing and rock climbing are going to be Olympic sport. Like they will be, but they haven't actually appeared at the Olympics yet.
Golf has now appeared in one Olympics.
I think golf.
No, two Olympics, I think.
But
the last two.
I think breakdancing and rock climbing are like for the next one. So yes, they will be Olympic sports, but they haven't actually been completed before yet.
I see why Dom dropped out of the stream at the last minute now. He couldn't handle all the scrutiny that all of his questions were going to face because it's such a shoddy quiz, yeah.
FA Cup winners have been on Fans React.
I don't remember winning an FA Cup, lads. I'm not going to lie to you.
What the hell is he on about with this question? FA Cup.
Oh no! What am I doing? No! What am I saying? Wait, what? Oh.
Yes, get in.
It's got to be one of them questions which has got to be true. Surely. Don't know
who was it, Dom? Who was it?
I feel like Matthew should know of anyone here.
Well, did Matt interview him?
I don't remember interviewing anyone that played for Sunderland in '73.
No, it doesn't say Sunderland FA Cup winners. It just says FA Cup winners.
Oh, Dom was right.
Oh.
Mick Horswell, because Sean interviewed him after a game.
There you go.
Start watching the channel a bit more, lads, and we might be able to get that answer next time.
Dom is a legend. You can tell why he's a writer.
He is right. He is right. How many? Here we go.
How
many Fans React Fridays have Dom and Ben together?
Dom and I haven't watched these ones.
Yeah, I know. I tend to skip these ones.
Yeah, they're a bit crap, really. I see Ben thumbs up to a Fans React, and I'm like, I'm ill this week, boys.
Oh wow! I didn't know.
Hey, that would have been bad if I'd have got that wrong, wouldn't it?
I put 2. I wasn't even too sure. Here we go. Right.
Not too sure.
Not yeah.
Funny.
Funny
Just after slagging off Ben's Horson as well.
After Monday.
Well, thanks for making us feel really good about ourselves, Dom. This is a really character building quiz. I'm gonna say that I think I remember the last one. I think it was October. I do remember. I think it was after the Portsmouth game. Right. Gary's car park second. Gary delivers his third. Johnny's beard's fourth. Gherkins is bong. Well, you're doing well. Ben, what was the name you were actually trying to put in when you got Amazing Lizard 81?
Do you know what? I actually can't remember.
Oh.
Okay.
I've been on the beers since 4, so I'm a little bit fried. So.
Yeah, that's what we love to see.
We made the Fans React debut first this season. Johnny, Thomas, Ben, Gary. It's not Gary, is it? Ben. Oh, it's got to be Ben. Got to be.
Well, technically, we all made our Fans React things this season.
That's what it's saying. Who made it first?
Yeah. Mr. Carr.
No. You never got it wrong, did you, Matthew? That's shambolic.
You. I read the question as who was the first one out of these to appear on the channel this season, and the answer was you, Johnny. So that's what I originally thought. But then after I answered it, I realised this is actually the first season Fans React Friday has actually been a thing. So it must have been Ben. It was between Ben or Gary, but it was Ben. Oh well. I should know more about this channel. All right then, 20th. Which away game reaction is the most viewed video on the channel? Wigan 3-0, Oxford 2-1, Bolton 6-0. Wednesday 3-0. I think I know.
Gotta be surely.
I think I know this one. It's an educated guess.
Mate, Thugden. Gotta be.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, thanks, Tom. Thanks for the cheerful question again.
Yeah. Nice memories all round.
Yeah, good memories. Yeah,
good as well. Yeah.
Is that where Sean got Lee Johnson sacked?
Yes, that's exactly the one. Yes. Right. Okay. He's not Neymar. Goes at the second. His beard's third. All right. I think we're on the last question now. This one's double points. Bonus. How much is it to show?
Oh,
11, boy.
Right, it's absolutely free, doesn't cost a penny. Whatever we oh god, right.
5 minutes off the watershed, we can't be having profanity like that on the quiz.
Honestly, man. Never thought Don would say words like that.
I know.
That's right, everyone. It is absolutely free. It doesn't cost a penny, yeah. So if you just drop us a thumbs up or a little share, yeah, every little helps, guys, yeah.
He's a pro, this boy.
Only takes a couple of minutes. Right, we'll have a little look at the podium very quickly. Fans React end of season quiz. Third place is Johnny's Beards. Well done, Johnny's Beards.
Still can't see him.
You're good, but you're not quite good enough. He's not Neymar. First is Amazing Lizard 81. Well done.
Is that Ben?
And
Well done, Ben.
It is.
Gary's car park coming in a respectable form, I like to think.
Exactly. And Gherkins. And Gherkins.
I've got a reindeer.
I just got that. I was Johnny's
Mine just
Beard.
says top 5. Oh, Matthew, why are you going to do me like that?
Reindeer's holding balloons and everything, yeah.
I thought it might have been a compliment.
Mine just top 5. That's so boring. What's the point, you know? Why do you bother participating?
I know. Yeah. At least give you a picture of some headphones or something. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I'm not coming back to this.
I thought you were going to win tonight, Johnny.
You're wearing the headphones?
Where's the gone?
I was considering it, you know. I thought might break them out for the special.
Go on, where are they?
Go on. It just looks right. It just looks right.
You're welcome, yeah, ladies and gents. Are you happy now? Has everyone got what they came for?
We're happy now. We've got what we wanted. We've got what we wanted.
Charge for this sort of view, guys. Just getting a sneak preview.
This is fantastic. Right, listen. I know obviously we're all tired and we want to go to bed. However, the one thing I have not spoken about yet, which I'm going to quickly do now. One last thing.
Need a pee, mate.
Huh?
I'm bursting for a pee.
Go on. The one last thing I want to speak about is, of course, Wembley. We will be going obviously on Saturday. Now, in the build up to this, I just want to know if they're confident for Wembley, score predictions, blah 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 blah. But I also wanted to read out a little quote that was obviously had been circulating around social media that Wycombe Wanderers' owner, don't even know what his name is, but he's put out a statement, and it reads this: May 21st, 2022. 2 weeks from now, Dom's right. 2 months, 2 years, 20 years, indeed, as long as Wycombe Wanderers Football Club exist, I mean, it's good he's stretched out to 20 years, people will ask each other where they were when Wycombe played at Wembley and rose for the second time in 3 years to be to the Championship. By acting immediately, you can make sure that when the question is asked, that you will be able to proudly state that you were at Wembley. You will be able to tell others that you literally helped this team fulfill its destiny by standing strong with your fellow chairboys and helped will the lads on to victory. We know that the last step in this journey will not be easy. We will again be the underdogs to those who know football. The supporters of the team that is a Netflix show will try to intimidate us with their support, with their superior numbers of fans, but they do not know Wycombe. Johnny, in a few words, sum that up. What do you think?
That is embarrassing. It's Tim Pot. It's small time. And I've just got to say, I find it hysterical that we, at the same time, are, this big, scary, horrible menace for everyone in League One. They've got loads of fans. Yeah, they've got cat's eyes displays. They've got a Netflix show. They've got a 49,000 seat stadium. How can we compete with that? But also, it's the fans are arrogant. They're going to think they win just because they turn up with loads of supporters. Oh, they're on the telly. Who do they think they are? Pick one, please. We're either the big boogeyman of League One and we shouldn't be here, or we're just a run-of-the-mill League One club now. You can't have it both ways. It's pathetic, that. You know what I mean? I hope we turn up and we absolutely stuff them, because
absolutely.
I want to be out of this division, and I'm just sick of. Yeah, everyone plays us like it's the cup final, and then laughs at us for like taking League One seriously. Get me out of this shit division now, please. Please.
Absolutely. Johnny, I'll have your score prediction as well for Wembley, and you're confident we're going to win as well?
I'm never confident as a Sunderland fan, but I think just based on... Oh, shut up, Dan. I think based on the form we're in, the manager, the difference in quality between the teams, I'm going to go for 2-0 to the lads, and finally it'll be the season, fourth time lucky that we get out.
Very good. I hope you're right. Ben, what did you think of that statement? And also, I'll have your score prediction as well at the end.
Well, I think there's only really one word for it, and it's embarrassing. So that's all I've got to say about that, really. Score prediction, I mean, I don't know. They're going to make it a bit rough, aren't they? You know, they're going to try and bully us off the ball, time waste, all of this shithousing crap. I mean, I think we'll win. I genuinely think we'll do it, and I think I'm going to go with 2-1 Sunderland.
Perfect. Dan, what do you think of that statement? I'm sure you've read it by the Wickham chairman, and also your score prediction as well, please.
I agree. I couldn't care less what he has to say. Just prove him. The best way to prove him wrong is to win, and that's all that matters, really. As for score prediction, I was going to say 2-0, but obviously Johnny's ruined that now. Everything he's ruined tonight, but.
You cheeky little.
Do you know what? I'll say 3-0. Why not? I'd love if we could just batter them.
Yeah.
I'll score 3 goals in the first 20 minutes and then just take the piss for the whole shithouse our way through. And then Akinfenwa will come on for his last game and he can fuck off as well. Because I can't, honestly, if they win and Akinfenwa comes and he's like, he gives us a big send off, and I can just picture them lifting around Wembley to their 5,000 fans.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't say it. Don't say
if
that.
Happens, I think we're honestly doomed for eternity in this league. I genuinely think I think we've got to we have to win. I mean, come on. With Alex Neil, if it was Lee Johnson in charge, I'd be shitting myself. But with Alex Neil, I just feel like we're a different style. We've got a bit of shitology about ourselves. We've got a bit of nous, we've got big lads at the back, Danny Bath and Danny Bath, whatever his name is, and Bailey Wright, big lads. And if they can deal with the Sam Vokes, then I think we'll be all right. And just quickly about the obviously goal line technology is being used, but they're thinking about using VAR. And if I wouldn't want the VAR to come in, because I think if you played the whole season with one set of rules, you can't all of a sudden introduce another just for the final.
Yeah,
but I guess as well, it probably would suit us in a way, because Wickham wouldn't be able to do anything half as much of the fouling and all that they do. But I still wouldn't want it to be happen, because if we want to beat Wickham, we've got to beat them properly, and we've got to beat them by playing football, beating their style of play, and actually just doing them into once. I think we can do that on the day. I think I'll go 3-0. Why not? Let's go. Is Broadhead will start, do you reckon? The question is, do you bring Broadhead in if he's fit, or do you keep the same 2 starting 11s that started in the semi-finals that got us the win? There's a little quick question just to end on.
Same team.
Johnny? Not John.
Yeah, don't start with that.
John now has got the beard.
Two words.
If Broadhead, if the confident he's 100% fit, you start him. I think he's too good to drop.
In place,
only if he's 100% fit.
In
place of, it's harsh, but possibly in place of Clark.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's my hot take.
Go on, Ben. What do you reckon?
I don't know. I'd be quite tempted just to keep it as it is.
If it's not broken, don't fix it, lad.
Maybe sort of 55, 60 minutes if we're still in need of a goal.
Oh, we'll be 3-0 then, that's right.
I mean, I hope we will. I hope we beat 4-0,
Oh.
But I don't know. It's one of them, isn't it? I think
it is.
It's a tough one. It's a good question to end on.
Sorry. If
They'll
we keep
try.
a clean sheet, we'll win. Because we'll score against them. 100%.
Yeah, definitely. Right. Well, I'll quickly say that I think it's going to be I'll say a 3-0 victory at Sunderland. There isn't in my mind, there isn't a more fitting team to beat in the final than Wycombe Wanderers to show that owner or whatever his name is. We don't even know what his name is. It doesn't even matter to us. I remember when we played at Wycombe early this season, he went on the pitch at half-time to make a speech, and the reception the Sunderland fans gave him, the boos and the jizz, that he honestly couldn't even get his words out. No one could hear him. And so I don't think he likes us very much. But honestly, things like that, this is the reason why we need to get out this league. And, you know, if there's a team to beat at Wembley, it will be Wycombe. I think 100%.
Yes.
I'm going for,
Matthew Leeds. He's back.
I'm not back. I've always been here. I've always been here. And I'll always back.
Every class is permanent. No.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm ready to follow him into battle now, lads. Let's go. Come on.
I'm ready for a battle. Right. Okay. So that's what I think is going to happen at Wembley. I'll quickly shout out, obviously, today, next week, we won't be on FansReact Friday. However, we still will be live because we will be live from, well, I won't be live, but Sean will be live from Trafalgar Square. We'll see how that goes. We'll see if the connection works in that, but we'll give it a go because why not? Obviously, well done to Dom for making that thumbnail. You know, great job, Dom. And yeah, so we'll be live. Well done, Dom, for making that thumbnail. Really good thumbnail.
Well, not just that, but the editing as well for the videos. So.
Yeah, editing as well for the videos as well. Deserves another clap as well. So well
and the quiz.
And the quiz. Actually, I might not clap that.
I tell you what, it's the best quiz I've done today.
It's the best quiz he's done today. And me too. But yeah, so if there's anything else, Johnny, is there anything that you'd like to add finally? Would you like to say goodbye to everyone or say anything else?
No, just, I mean, to everyone who's going down next weekend, safe journeys. Hoping might see a few of you there. And how are the lads? Let's do it.
Yes, like it.
Exactly. Ben Carr, would you like to have anything you'd like to say finally? Ben, I'm now going Ben Carr like Barry Bannon's going to be Ben Carr.
Using my full title.
Yeah,
very nice. No, I'm so excited for this game. You know, 40,000 odd Sunderland fans being there just to get in that stadium, singing Wise Men Say before kickoff. It's just gonna be goosebumps. So if you're around, grab us. If you recognise us, tell me my hairline shit, whatever you want. Buy me a beer, that'll be even better. But yeah, so what Johnny said, you know, safe travels for everyone going, and hopefully we'll be in the championship by 5:30.
Hopefully so. Dan, would you like to say goodbye? Would you like to say anything else?
Anything else? Me.
Right, perfect. Well, I'll just say thank you.
Whoa. Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. When that rings down the stadium, the players will have 43,000 fans there.
Yeah, because it's been extended, yeah.
15 little kids with their little flags singing like Fenway songs all day. And it will make my day if we beat him at Wycombe. And just, that'll be the end of it. It'll be the end of the pain. The 4 seasons of just.
One thing that might be quite good about VAR is we might actually be able to see on the big screen Akinfenwa's tits actually offside. Do you know what I mean? Very funny. That would be the best thing. I think that could come out of that. But anyway, yeah, thank you very much. We've got Mel Royal, DJ Sizzler, Morgan Gray, Acacia, Honey, who sent a super sticker of $4.99.
Oh, clap for Honey.
Thank you very much.
I like the comment earlier as well, saying that Ben and Dan were their favourites. So thank you very much. And
that's nice as well. Also got James Whale as well, who's putting some lovely comments this evening as well. Jimmy Paddy, Will Allen, obviously Dom as well. Joanne Punchin as always. We got Jacob Kirkbride who's in there as well. Loads more many to mention, but I just wanted to say, if it's the final thing from all of us this season, thank you ever so much for watching. We've been on quite a journey this season. We've hit 3,000 subscribers. Thank you very much for all your subscriptions, all your watch. All
a clap for the fans. A clap for the fans.
So yes, you deserve that one, that little clap there. So yes, well done to everyone for watching. Brilliant. But no, thank you again so much. It's been a pleasure to be on this channel this season, and hopefully next season we'll be in the championship and we can bring you more streams, more interviews, more Gary's car park shenanigans on a Wednesday night, which is going to be the new show.
Different side,
more of Gary's car park, more of Johnny's beard, and less of Ben's hairline. They're the three promises for next season.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, yeah, that's all from us. So take care. Get behind the lads at Wembley. Let's hopefully get a massive win back to the championship. So yes, keep the faith. Away, lads.
Out.
Give me a second.